Welcome to the SOLIDWORKS Training Module 1, Lesson number 2, How to Draw Hydraulic Cylinders. In this lesson, we'll learn how to model cylinders using SOLIDWORKS, and we'll also learn how to apply math formulas to adjust our designs. Here is a cutaway view of a common cylinder. Today's goal is to use SOLIDWORKS to model each of the components found on this unit, and then bring them together into a working assembly. This section view drawing may look complex, but if we break it into each individual part, it will be fairly straightforward to model. Starting with the main cylindrical tubing piece, or barrel, we will explore 3 different ways to draw it using SOLIDWORKS. Each way has its advantages and disadvantages, so for now it's best to learn all 3.
Okay, this is lesson 2. We're going to make the cylinder for the hydraulics. You're going to go up here, click the new drawing, and pick part. Now we're going to draw on the front plane for this one. So over here on the side, you got front, top, right. You can click on the front plane and then click sketch, or you can click sketch and then click front plane, either way. What we're going to be doing is extruding a 3-inch circle. So go up here to the top, grab your circle, just click it on the origin. It's usually the easiest. Draw it to any diameter. Just doesn't need to be exact, because you'll come in here and smart dimension it. Up here from smart dimension, type in 3. There's our 3-inch circle. Then you're going to go up here to features. You're going to do extruded boss base. It'll automatically pick the circle because you're still on that sketch. And over here, you're going to leave it as blind. There's some other options you can choose, but we're going to leave it as blind right now because we want it to be 24 inches. So you're going to type in 24. It'll show you what it's going to do. And go ahead and just click the check mark. Now we've got our solid cylinder, 24 inches long. Now you're going to go back to sketch. Click the sketch button, and you're going to click this end face. Just click the circle, and it'll make a new sketch on that face. You go up, grab circle again, hit the origin, draw another circle. Then you're going to go to smart dimension. And we're going to make this circle 2.75. That'll leave us with 1/8-inch thick walls. And we're going to go back to the features and click extruded cut this time. And it already set it at 24 inches with blind. You can also do through all, which is helpful for certain things. Either way will work. And now just cut a hole all the way through the middle of the thing, and we have our first cylinder. Okay, here's method 2. Go up, grab a part. And in this one, we're going to do a little bit more of a completed. Rather than doing the subtract this time, we're just going to extrude the tube in one shot. I'm going to grab a front plane again, sketch on the front plane, go up here, grab your circle, hit the origin, and go ahead and just draw 2 circles. Now you can set dimensions of these right down here on the radius for the circle. I personally like to just smart dimension things because then you can really easily change it later. So the outside circle is 3 inches. The inside circle is 2.75. And we're going to go to features, and we're going to extrude boss base. Now this time it's just going to extrude the cylinder in one shot. So we're going to leave it on blind, go to the distance, 24 inches, and green check it. You can also check mark it over here in the corner. And now we have this done in one shot. The advantages to this is just it was quicker to do it this way. Okay, now we're going to do method 3, and this one we're going to revolve a sketch around a center line. So in this one we're going to do it on the right plane to keep them oriented in the same direction. So grab right plane, click on sketch, and we're going to draw a center line. If you come up here to line and click on the drop arrow, you can grab center line, and we're going to put this on the origin, horizontal, any dimension, and this is going to be the line that we revolve our sketch around. Then you're going to come to rectangle, and we're going to make a rectangle any dimension because we're going to smart dimension it. And this is the length of our cylinder, which is 24 inches. And this line is going to be the wall thickness, and it's going to be 1/8 of an inch, so 0.125. And we also need to dimension the distance from the center line to the outside wall, and that's going to be the radius of our cylinder, so that's going to be 1.5 inches, 1.5. And if you come up to features, we're going to do a revolved boss base, and it's going to revolve that sketch around that center line that we drew, and it's going to revolve at 360 degrees. So click the green check mark. Now the benefits to revolving a sketch is that if you wanted to add a ring around the cylinder, if you were to click on the sketch and edit the sketch part of it, you can come and do normal to. If we wanted to add a ring, we could put a rectangle in there. If you come up to trim entities and trim that line in between there and accepted the sketch, now we can add a ring into our cylinder. This is nice for doing more complex shapes in your revolve. It gives you a little more freedom with what you want it to look like. And that's how you do a revolved sketch.
And now, time for some math. The question is, how much hydraulic fluid will this cylinder hold? If you need a hint, try using the formula volume equals pi r squared h. Now, did you use 1.5 for r, or did you use 1.375? Why? Okay, so what did you use for h? By now, you should have had time to calculate your answers. And the winner is... Okay, so if you like that one, here's some more math. This question is, how much internal surface area is there on the inside of this cylinder? The hint for this one is slice down the side of the cylinder and unroll the cylinder into a rectangular shape. Okay, so if you have a rectangle, what formula will you use? By now, you should have considered your answer. And the winner is... All this will be important later on, because you can determine when this cylinder will fail under the incredible pressures placed on it. For instance, if your pump is putting out 4,000 pounds per square inch on the fluid. Every square inch inside that cylinder has 4,000 pounds pressing on it. Here is a quick review of the concepts presented in this lesson. In order to make a part, you must first open a part drawing. Select an appropriate plane to draw on, then open a sketch on that plane, and then start drawing your geometry. That sketch may be extruded into a solid part. If necessary, pieces of the main body may be cut away or subtracted. A sketch of a part profile may be revolved. This technique works especially well when a complex shape is desired. Please proceed to Lesson 3, Simple End Cap.